about the World Cup.
Yes, you do.
I am not yet a convert to soccer. I'm going to admit that too. I told you backstage, I believe soccer is a Eurozone plot to weaken America.
Are you?
Am I wrong?
Willie, are you a former member of the Bush administration?
Yes.
Because it used to be, it was very fashionable back then to bash soccer as anti-American, but I think that whole idea has exceeded its sell-by date. I mean, look at.
Then all right. So sell me on it. Why should I watch the World Cup if I'm not a soccer fan?
Well, first of all, America always thought that soccer would explode here overnight. The growth has been slow but steady. Leading American players are starting on the elite teams of Europe, and probably more interesting in the medium term, some of the finest English teams are now owned by American investors, including Joe Scarborough's mighty Liverpool. So America is warming to soccer, but they're doing so over in Europe, and this World Cup is the milestone on America's steady climb to becoming a true home of the sport.
And as you both know, Joe Scarborough caught the fever 4 years ago during the 2006 World Cup. I'm hoping I catch it somehow this time, Joe.
Yeah, you will, and I really did. I'll tell you what, 4 years ago in the middle of the Brazil-French semifinals, I saw a guy named Zidane. I had no idea who he was, and I stood up screaming, going, who is that guy? What is this? It is my favorite sport now. And as far as Americans being involved at Liverpool, I wish they would just go back to Texas because they've destroyed that club. But let's talk about some of the big stars. Of course, a huge match, USA versus England. What a way to kick it off for American soccer fans. Do the Americans have a chance?
Well, you know, it's interesting. As you can guess from Roger's accent, he's not from this side of the pond, and yet I think that. You know, call me unpatriotic, but I think that the United States is going to have a very tough time with England because as much progress as we've made since 1990, when we finished dead last in the field of 32, the talent gap is still very wide between the Wayne Rooneys of the world and the Jonathan Bornsteins of America.
Yeah. Hey, Roger, let me ask you really quickly. Speaking of Wayne Rooney, our first introduction of Wayne Rooney is when he had the famous, let's just say, the ball-stomping incident of 2006.
That's
and he was
a very good name for it.
With a red card. Actually, the Americans have been told, get in this guy's face, poke his eyes. He may be the best player in England right now. Rooney's explosive. Do you think Americans are going to be trying to keep him out of his game?